What's down? Intertube, the spider web, the Webernet. I've been calling it spider web for a while. I have no idea if the people I'm saying that to know what I'm talking about, but
What the hell? What the hell kind of video is this?
it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I guess so.
You just gotta cut down the end in the beginning and then fit it in. It's what the channel. It's what the GingerSwitch Show is gonna be like.
Yeah.
And then after this, we'll have gameplay of something that we wouldn't devote a whole video to. That's the key. Because this is going to unlock thousands of games here, most of which are on the PS2, that we would never ever play normally.
Mm-hmm.
And where the commentary can be garbage.
Be
so that we can put... You're going to start seeing some bad games all of a sudden on the channel. And then for the end, like we're going to have this in 3 sections. First section is going to be like this. The second section is going to be gameplay. The third section is going to be whatever we want. Like we're gonna have, say, what we lacked on this channel before was a representation of the physical side of the channel.
Yeah.
Like we never had pictures of consoles or hardware or anything to do with that. So we can work that into the end of the the end of the new format shows.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. What we're trying to do is add a little bit of physicality.
Yeah.
To make it less like a let's play, more like a podcast.
Yeah, but we're not gonna. The old episodes are still going to go on.
Yeah, exactly.
They're still gonna be there,
mm-hmm.
but it's gonna have this too. It's important. Like the old style is gonna get grandfathered in, so all the old things are still gonna continue.
The main problem on our side is we like to record stuff a lot, but we can record like 2 hours of stuff and it'll just pile on, and we'll just have a stack of stuff that still needs to be uploaded.
Yeah.
And it's too, like, it all goes up too slow. Not to say that we're not putting out content as fast as possible.
Once a week is pretty fast.
Yeah, that's fine.
It used to be faster until I figured out that if you do it any faster than we're doing it now, then no one will watch the newest video.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like there are Let's Players that I used to follow, that just well, you can only pay attention to one at a time, because who's gonna watch more than one Let's Play video each day?
I don't know.
Or even every couple days.
Another thing I notice is that when I watch Let's Plays of other people, if I already have the game that I'm watching them play, which I usually do, mm-hmm. I'm usually most interested in Let's Plays of games I already own. I turn them on, and then I play the game that they're playing, so I don't necessarily watch them the whole time.
That's strange.
Yeah, that's
out of there, right?
See, when you make Let's Plays or make a channel like this, it changes your opinion about everyone else's shit. Like, if you become an electrician, you might not want to do electrical work in your own house because it's work. So,
are you sure about that?
Like, I don't, like, say,
I wouldn't say that.
Say I spent all day working in a fast food restaurant. Do you think I'd like to eat there?
If you are a... if you are a graphic artist for a game company, let's say, you wouldn't want to go home and draw this gigantic painting on your own time.
Well...
That's a better analogy.
Things, there's a fine line where something can become work, and it could be something that you really love, and it can go over the end and become work, right? So, the way I experience it is that I don't consume other people's Let's Plays in the normal way. Because the normal way is boring to me. Because I make the normal way.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Okay. Whatever.
If you're making a reply to a video on the channel, like, you have to make sure that you go to your Google Plus page. I know this sounds crazy, but you have to go to your Google Plus page and make sure it's set up so anyone can reply to your comments. Because I got a few comments now on the channel that I can't reply to. Because they're...
Right, yeah.
It's horrible. Like, Ken Sanzumi here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't reply to him. Because Google Plus and Facebook are like one thing now. Mm-hmm. And it's completely crazy and I hate it.
Yep.
And I wish YouTube was just the way it was before. I hate not being able to customize the look of the channel. That's driving me crazy. But,
oh yeah, they took off transparency on the logo.
Yeah, we changed the banner.
That's fucked.
On the channel. And there's no way I can get a transparency for the icon. And what precious little space you have for the banner, you have to ruin with the icon. What's the point in the icon if you're already on the channel? That's my question.
Yeah.
You're already on the channel. Why do you need the icon? The icon is just for when you're scrolling down a list of channels, or it's for an in-video ad. For the award video, Ken Sanzumi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, was saying that he didn't play any of the games that were in the award show.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fine. I understand if you don't have a Wii U. We're massive Nintendo kids here. I can't hide it. It's just, it fills up my thoughts like a cancer. But anyway, he was saying that he played Deception 4 on the PS3 this year, or last year, I mean, in 2014.
Oh.
Which is interesting, because I have Deception 3 on the PS1. So I can't believe that came out on the PS3. He says it's different from Deception 2 or Trapped. And if you look... Trapped, right? If you look at the back of the box we have for Deception 3, it talks about using traps to fight enemies or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have it. We got it here, like, over a year ago, and we haven't played it. We got a million things here. We have a million things that we've never, ever played. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna check that out in the future. The PS2, speaking of PlayStation games, I think yesterday or the day before, at the time of recording this, turned 15 years old.
15 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't... See, when I hear something like that, I can't do the math in my head. Like, it doesn't fit in with my perception of reality.
You can't subtract 15 from 2015?
No, I mean, I can't fill out the logic. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm 21, 22... No, 22...
You know,
23...
I forget how old I am all the time, too.
Yeah, yeah,
People
but-
ask me, sometimes, like, a few days ago, I said I was 18. I'm not 18. And it just blurted it out and I forgot.
Okay, yeah.
Like, because you stop forgetting about your birthdays. Like, I mean, you start forgetting. Like...
Well, because you don't want to get older.
No,
once you
I
reach,
hate it.
Once you reach adulthood.
You reach a certain age, you just don't want to get any older, and I just hate it.
So you don't pay attention.
I try not to think about it.
Anyway, so if that was 15 years ago, that would mean I would have had to been 8 years old.
I got a PS2. I think I got the PS2 when I was 8. I really... Because
Yeah,
I think I got it in 2000.
I got a GameCube and a PS2 a couple years after they came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, I never got to experience the release drought that those consoles surely went through.
Yeah, I got a PS2 right after it came out. I remember when before the PS1 was out. I remember people telling me, because I used to be really into Super Nintendo when I was really little, and I didn't really know anything else existed for a long time. So that probably hurt my brain in the long run.
Yeah.
Because I have a
permanently scarred,
a permanently burnt-in bias towards the Super Nintendo and all the games that came out on it. Yeah, my first PS2 game was actually a port of a Dreamcast game. It was a port of a Resident Evil Code Veronica.
I think. Holy shit! I think my first GameCube game was Sonic Adventure 2, which is a port of a Dreamcast game.
Oh man, your first GameCube game was Sonic Adventure 2?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Did you make it?
I got... Well,
how's your brain?
I got Melee shortly after. I think that was the first one I played. And I would have got Melee and Sonic Adventure 2 at the same time. That's that. Then Sunshine, and then I think Wind Waker. No, I never got Wind Waker.
Yeah, you did. You have it.
I did. I have it. I got it later.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when Wind Waker came out, like the vast majority of people, I was off-put by the art, and then I played it. I liked it, and then I gradually learned to not like it, and now I just like it, in general. So, remember that meme run game?
Yeah.
For the Wii U?
Yeah, that got ditched. See, the guy who some douchebag decided to patent the troll face image, and he's hunting now people who don't go to him for a license to use it, and I'm kind of grateful. That's so. I find that amusing for some reason.
I can't believe people are playing Meme Run enough on the Wii U to get it to appear on the Mii Plaza when you start up the console.
They love their memes.
Do people like memes that much?
Well, peep beep meme creep. Stuff like that.
And other fake words.
Yeah.
Fake language. I love it. It's just wonderful.
Meme it up, bro. Get with the meme. Meme on the town, you know?
So, Metal Gear Solid 5 is coming out September 1st.
Yeah. Just heard about that.
I was banking on a fourth quarter, like Christmas, but we're actually getting the end of third quarter, so we're getting September 1st, which is a lot earlier than I thought. I can't believe the game is done.
Yeah, I know.
It's amazing.
I don't like that. I wish it could have kept being developed.
You'll find
it doesn't feel like it's going to be good now.
You'll find that wanting is often a better feeling than having. It's not logical, but it is often true.
Yeah.
Wanting is a lot more fun than having.
That is true, even though I believe you're joking.
If you look at the interview they had with Hideo Kojima, he mentions that the development of the Fox engine made it so the tool chain that they worked inside, in terms of developing assets for the world, was a lot faster. And he said that it made it faster than a lot of other developers in the East. Yeah. And the first thing I thought of was Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. Let me see that for a second.
Final Fantasy 15 was delayed so hard because they kept switching hardware and switching engines and switching development teams, which is a bad idea. But at least it didn't have feature creep. But that's bad too. When a game is in development and it keeps getting features added to it during development so that it's never done. Feature creep. That's what's killing Mega Man. No, Mighty Number 9, sorry.
Yeah.
I got the two confused. Mighty Number 9. I think the problem with that is they hit so many stretch goals that there's just too much crap to jam in. And it's feature creeped like crazy.
They're, I don't know what they're doing with that. It's just...
It shouldn't be hard to make.
it seems half-assed overall.
Why
so
is
far.
it so...
I don't know what they're
Mega
doing.
Man games are like one of the easiest ROM hacks to make yourself.
Yeah.
And to make it fun, right?
Uh-huh.
And why... Now the people who can actually do it can't seem to do it. Because it's taking forever. It looks ugly. Frankly, it doesn't look that fun.
Yeah.
And it looks like I know, given the source material, that it literally is just Mega Man fan wank, but I like when they hide it. Like, I don't like I don't like being spoon-fed fan service crap. Like, I like when they at least try to make it feel like they're not pulling the wool over my eyes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if it comes out. If it actually comes out. If it's good or not.
I'm betting a third of it's going to come out.
Yeah, it's going to be episodic.
Then they're going to run out of money.
It's going to be episodic.
They're going to run out of money.
Remember Sonic 4? That came out episodic.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 1 came out. It did horrible. And they're like, oh, God. Episode 2 came out.
That's it.
How can you have an episodic format with 2 games?
Oh!
Not very much foresight.
Didn't Valve invent that idea with the Half-Life? And then they made 2 episodes, and I guess they were about the length of what you'd call Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
And then they just called it quits.
Why? How come you can only get, if you're making an episodic format, how come you can only get to 2 before you fail? Before you crash and burn?
They decided, it takes us 9 years to make a game every single time, so why don't we make episodic games? And so they took 5 years to make one episode, 5 years to make the next, and then they just gave up.
Remember...
Waited I guess 13 years for Source 2 to come out. Before they could continue.
The longer you have to make something or do something, the longer it's going to take. Alright? If you don't have much time, you'll get it done. But if you have all kinds of time, you'll never get it done. Say you're running out of space to store things, so you build a shed. The shed will fill up instantly, and you'll need another shed. That's always the way it goes. Yeah. It's like, man, I need another hard drive, so you buy an external hard drive. And you never thought in a million years you'd fill it up, but you fill it up and you need another one.
Yeah.
Like,
I hate it when your hard drive is so large. Like, I used to be able to manage the amount of space I had, but now my hard drive is so large that I
can't manage it anymore.
Yeah, I forget what's on it.
Mine's out of control too. I got the 1 terabyte, and it's full. Yeah. My terabyte hard drive is full, and I don't know what it's full of.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I don't know what's filling it right now. Like
I have an external hard drive that I just used to back stuff up, and it filled up one day. It had more stuff in it than my hard drive, and like I realized after I looked into it that all the recorded footage from the channel was going to that, like it was being uploaded on that.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
My channel folder.
Hard to keep track.
I don't even want to know how big the folder is for the channel on the PC here.
Mm-hmm.
Be scared to look at it. I bet it's about 400 gigabytes. I would not be surprised. Because everything we've ever done is in the same folder.
Hold on.
Is there any new news on there? I left it open another tab.
Well, there's plenty of news. GDC just happened.
Yeah.
It's nothing but news. But like
GDC, whatever, you got some new headset that's not going to come out. Some Steam machines that we're not going to buy.
Yeah.
And John Carmack talking at length about nothing.
Yeah.
It's just perfect.
I like listening to John Carmack talk.
I did. I listened to every one since the last 5 years, and I never learned or gained anything out of it. I just did.
Because you don't know enough.
No, I just watch it, and I'm like, okay, well,
you have to be
when's the games? And it just ends up being no games here.
But like the Oculus devs said some pretty concerning things about mobile VR, which doesn't make sense to me. Like, you that implies that you have a tablet that's smaller than the thing hooked up to your head, and you're sitting in a train or something with
Okay.
the Oculus.
Why did Google Glass fail?
Because it's retarded.
This is retarded too.
It's a million times more retarded. Because you can't walk with the thing. It can't be mobile.
Once you're retarded, you're retarded. There's no degrees of retarded. It's just you're retarded, no one's gonna buy it. There's no degrees of not buying it. I can't not buy it any harder than not buying it. I wish I could. I wish I could unbuy something I don't like 1,000 times just to sink the company. But unfortunately that doesn't work. You can only do it in the other direction. You can only be varying degrees of good. Because that means that you can have varying degrees of states of purchase, right? Because you can buy a game 1,000 times to help the company. You can't unbuy it 1,000 times.
Okay. Okay, what's your point?
Well, my point is that Google Glass is retarded and failed. And whatever the hell this mobile VR is retarded by a million times more.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because it's just retarded.
See, Oculus was bought by Facebook, right?
Yeah.
The first thing I thought was Facebook, like, as greedy as they are, they're not going to try to turn VR into a mobile thing. That's not possible. No one's going to use an Oculus Rift in public. That's what that implies.
I'm just imagining it now. Everyone walking around like a space alien.
You have a house for a reason.
Everyone's walking around.
You have a house to do these things in.
Everyone's walking around like a malfunctioning robot.
It's
like you're walking around. And you're like, I'm sorry, I'm not at 60 frames. Slow down.
They're going to announce that they're going to add a camera to the front of the Oculus.
I hope it's got a good frame rate.
Yeah.
I don't want to be walking around.
It's not going to have a good
I don't want to be walking around at sub 30 when everyone else is at maximum frame rate.
Experience the world at 30 frames per second.
It's like you're inside a PS3.
Yeah.
Like I'm experiencing a console frame rate. This is just great. There's nothing I can do about it.
That's the only thing you can do, because they can't put anything in the world to obscure your vision. That would probably be illegal. So, so it's just this thing that lets you experience the world like a video game.
Just
That's
worse.
mobile VR.
Just worse. It's just to make the world worse than it is.
Yeah.
The world right now has a really great frame rate, really great textures, really great lighting, and amazing physics.
Look at this.
And incredible AI.
Mm-hmm.
Like and Unreal. The mesh quality on the models is top notch. You'll never find anything better.
Yeah.
It's
the only game that uses geometry where you would normally use bump mapping. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
But
you don't even need bump mapping here.
Yeah, now Facebook's doing exactly what I feared, and they're just throwing buzzwords around without any consideration for what they actually mean. That's a mobile VR. It's probably not going to amount to anything. It's probably just going to be.
Is there any
what it is?
Well, I haven't gone to Walmart lately and seen a headset.
There are none.
I know. As far as I'm concerned,
yeah, they don't exist yet.
As far as a base level consumer, they do not exist yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it's been years since Oculus started. It's been years and years and years, and nothing has come of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not prepared to trust any of this crap kit as a consumer.
You wouldn't trust it as a consumer. You would be cautiously optimistic about the technology, whether it's going to take off, whether it's going to be fulfill the promises that they're dishing out constantly.
Like 3D.
There are still 3D movies.
Eye-popping 3D.
There are still 3D movies.
I'd rather cut my leg off than every 5 seconds have a spear or a fist approach my head when I'm trying to get into a movie.
Well, yeah, that it's funny you mention that. 3D That's basically all it amounts to. You're watching a movie and then something zooms by your face.
Something comes by to distract you.
Yeah.
I'm watching a movie.
Right out of nowhere.
Every once in a while, something comes by to take me out of the movie. Great. I love it.
Because, like,
what could go wrong?
See, like, the vast majority of 3D movies are not shot with 3D friendly cinematography.
Yeah.
They're too flat. Like, they just have a little bit of depth at the end of the day. That's not a problem, because I don't think 3D movies are ever going to be a thing.
No, they're not. Like,
but
Sony tried to push it and push it and push it for like 3 E3s straight.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one, they figured out it didn't work. They did a cost-benefit analysis. They quit. The last E3 that went by, they never mentioned it. Because it just didn't work. They tried it. They gave it like 3 chances, and then it didn't work. So, if Sony can't make it work, because Sony made DVDs the medium of choice for games.
Mm-hmm.
Sony pioneered Blu-ray.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a track record with forcing a medium into an industry, and they couldn't make 3D work. So,
but headsets have that one difference of adding actual functionality. Like they add a wider range of vision.
I'm a nervous person.
You can now control the camera by moving your head.
I'm a nervous guy. When I'm sitting playing a PC game alone at 2 in the morning in the dark, I'm always looking behind me. So,
well,
I don't know if I'd be into... I don't like listening to music with headphones on when there's someone else in the house.
Okay, fine.
I keep thinking that someone's going to sneak up on me.
Are you afraid that Voldo's going to knock on your door?
I'm afraid of Voldo. I'm afraid of Xenomorphs. And I'm afraid of...
Grimace.
Grimace from McDonald's.
Yeah.
That little purple guy.
That thing.
Yeah.
I always thought he represented a chicken nugget.
There's no purple chicken nuggets.
I don't know. I had to come up with something.
They didn't. They came up with nothing, and they just called it Grimace.
This looks like $4.
Oh my god damn it. I'm convinced that this is a trick. Star Wars, the Lego, the video game, nowhere does it say prequel.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a prequel Star Wars game, so it's just tricking me into playing it. Oh no. Oh god.
Oh, it's the same as the rest.
It makes you wonder how there was enough movie in those 3 movies to make a game.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the producer who had to pull content from movies to make a game.
Just a dumbed down, boring ass political thriller.
Oh, not much of a thriller. More like a political talking simulator.
I guess I'm Qui-Gon Jinn right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is this crappy ass 50s diner that exists in space for some reason. George Lucas thought this was cool.
Everybody loves 50s diner.
So I guess this Dexter's Diner is the hub world or store in this game or something. One thing about this is that it just immediately started as soon as we put it in.
Yeah.
So I got that to say for it. So kids will like that.
That's a positive.
Like that's good for kids. Whoa.
Oh, can you fight each other?
I can make him aggro or something. What the hell? I always thought lightsabers were an extremely dangerous weapon for the user. Because they don't weigh anything.
Yeah. I always thought that too.
So you could just really easily spin it out of control. Like, I think if I was using a lightsaber, I would not try to use it like they were doing it in the prequels. I think I'd be more apt to do it like the original trilogy. Like, just kind of be a little bit afraid of it. And kind of use it slowly, because one wrong move and your leg's gone.
Yeah, well, with the prequels, they were more interested in making it a movie. So they had to hyper-choreograph all the fight scenes.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'd be too scared. Like, no amount of training can prepare you for something that will instantly kill you like that.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's not like a sword that has weight.
But what if you can't see it because it's behind the green screen?
Oh yeah, that makes it even harder.
Yeah. I'd be even more scared if I was just in a green room and I just had to assume what was going on around me.
These must be the episodes. Look. 1. Oh no, the Phantom Menace.
Oh shit.
Why?
What? Is this the Phantom Menace? This is negotiations of the Phantom Menace?
Yes, negotiation time. These were written, the intro scrolls were written so poorly with the prequels that they probably had to rewrite them to make them make sense. Because in episode 2 and episode 3, they actually don't make sense. They just contradict themselves.
Uh-huh.
Like they're just...
I don't remember. All I remember is that I could keep up with it.
The intro scroll to, I think, the Phantom Menace blurts out that Obi-Wan is a Jedi, even though he's not a Jedi yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, actually, if you think about it, the Phantom Menace is wrong in the first few seconds. He's in training, and he's like, it says 2 Jedis, and it's a lie.
Well, they do say a movie should sell itself as soon as possible.
Yeah. Look, the Earth is perfectly round, but we're all square.
What the hell?
Oh.
Yeah, imagine living in a world where every single thing is square. How surprised would you be when you learn that the world is spherical? It's the first sphere you've ever seen.
Yeah, these guys are really pretty weak. The Jedis cut them down like butter.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really do anything to build
still
tension.
Coming.
They don't build any tension. They don't.
Yeah.
They're dying as easily as they did in the movie. You know, so.
Well, who cares? They just need a reason to swing the thing.
We design a character for the sole purpose of making the Jedi swing their sword.
I don't get why. Oh, look at that.
What are these guys?
Those are pretty cool. Those are better. I prefer these guys. They're funny. Like, why not, instead of making 400,000 of those little droids, why not just make a big boss enemy and mass produce that? You could probably make about 10 of them for the same amount of money, or make it like a planet that exists to destroy planets. Like you could call it like a Death Star or something.
Or Unicron. I think my L and R buttons don't really do anything.
Ah, it's C2PO.
Yeah, okay. Why was... There's so much wrong. Why was there a silver C-3PO at the very start of the Phantom Menace? That just means that when Anakin built C-3PO, he built one that was exactly copying off the robots here that he'd never seen before.
Yeah. It's like some kind of... I'm sure there's a textbook somewhere with that describes that robot standard. And it's just not popular, so you don't see a lot of them. There's the C2PO switch.
Yes, I'm playing as C2PO.
That button has a picture of C2PO on it,
yes,
so you gotta...
a C2PO can spin on a dime.
Uh-huh. What did you...
Just like, you can switch back and forth.
Uh-huh. But that button has a picture of your face on it, so you have to be you to use it.
Why? What? That's not gameplay. Don't do this when you're making a game.
Yeah.
Don't make little perfectly contextual things. It's just not fun.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't feel like you're doing anything. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at you, Banjo-Tooie and Kazooie.
Yeah. That's a... it's a blemish on those types of games, I think. Like, extremely contextual crap.
That's ultimately what these Lego games are. You go through the game playing an extremely rudimentary adventure game, doing perfectly contextual things so it relates to the movie.
Yeah.
It's really just a less interesting version of the movie.
I lost like I tried to demo for one of these Lego Star Wars games, which there are quite a few of actually, and I lost interest as soon as I built something using the Force, just automatically by pressing the action button.
Yeah.
That's not how it should be. You should be able to build your own vehicles and stuff, at the very least. But no, this isn't... Like, there are Lego games like that, but this isn't. It's, these games are just, like, child-focused adventure games. Oh, man.
Yet, I remember these Lego games actually getting, like, okay reviews.
Well, they're okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's the general consensus about them. They're fine. They're not doing anything blatantly wrong, and they're not pushing political agendas on children or anything funky like that.
So at least we got that.
Mm-hmm. They're not Nazi games.
They work. They're not broken.
Uh-huh.
Like, you get a working disc, so there's that.
Yeah.
There's that to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
This is dumb. Why do that?
And to build the platform.
What was fun about that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just how things work in Lego World. You can take something, no matter what it is, and just build it into something else, and it'll work perfectly.
Stubby legs, can't get it. Oh, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Just had to kind of wedge onto it. Oh yeah, we triggered a cutscene. This is so much more interesting than the movie.
I just realized, like...
What?
The prequels had those R2-D2-like robots. And then C-3PO. And Jar Jar.
Yeah.
That's like 3 shitty mascot characters.
Well, they just kept jamming them in. Nothing that happens in any of the prequels has any effect on any of the other prequel movies.
Yeah.
So... It could have started with episode 3 and no one would have noticed the difference. Like, it would have just started right at episode 3 and no one would have batted an eye.
Oh
like,
yeah, here's this scene which I remember.
See, this scene doesn't happen in the movie. You see what happens afterwards. Just, you don't get to see this scene.
Oh yeah.
But it's assumed that this is what they do to get where they need to go. But you don't get to see this though, so...
I like it when the adaptations add in like adventuring parts that were cut out of the movie because they would have been boring. Oh god.
Yes. It's my favorite character. He's looking extra weird in Lego form.
Yeah. Get off me.
We have to get Jar Jar working. He's the key to all this. Because he's a funnier character than we've ever had.
Yeah.
He's the key to all of this. We need to get him working.
He is the most interesting character.
I wish there was a full cut of the Phantom Menace where it was just Jar Jar Binks' stand-in human model with the Jar Jar helmet on top of his head.
Uh-huh.
You ever see those pictures?
Yeah.
It's a lot more interesting than actually looking at Jar Jar.
Give it another try. Maybe it ran off and... Oh, what the hell? You can't double jump off that platform?
I don't think I can. Look, watch. Okay, double jump. I can double jump. Double jump. I can double jump here.
What? Why is that jump scripted in a platformer like this?
I'm trying to figure out. Okay.
What?
Here.
Okay, I gotta
jump. Try
I gotta
it.
feel this for real.
I don't know why this is. How'd you do that?
I jumped from the middle of the platform. Hold on, I'm gonna do that again. Yeah.
What?
When you do when you walk right off and jump out the edge, it's scripted.
That sucks.
But it's not.
Because it's platforming logic that I jump at the end of the platform.
Yeah.
Like that's just what I do to get the maximum distance. That's a bad idea. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You can't force in the 3D Zelda game platform jump and have a normal jump.
How do I switch characters?
Triangle.
Oh. Okay. No, I mean like...
Whoa.
Oh, crap. You did a thing.
What? What?
Oh, he's doing it. You did a video game.
This is not okay for kids.
No.
And you can tell we're good guys because we don't have red lightsabers.
Yeah. two-sided red lightsaber.
I don't know why that's a thing. You think people were just using whatever color they wanted.
Instead of a two-sided lightsaber, why not just have two? Or why not have two-sided lightsabers?
Well, you're just trying to turn him into, like, General Grievous or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
He's got a million lightsabers just flying around for no reason.
And when you're walking, your lightsaber's just going through Jar Jar and making sparks. I guess he's immune. Oh, Jesus.
You can hurt him.
Yeah, there's way too many context force shit.
Context force? That's what they're using.
Yeah.
They're using the context force.
They're using the action button. Most people don't have an action button, but they do.
Here's the Gungans, or is it the Gunga? They use both. We don't even know what it is.
That's because they had 14 Redders.
Escape from Naboo. The Gungan ruler, Boss Nass.
Boss Nass. If I paid you $1 million, would you sleep with someone named Boss Nass?
No.
No.
Why is there someone
Never.
in space called Boss Nass? Don't look down the hole of the thing and then cut your head off there. Oh, Qui-Gon. See, this is better than the movie because it's actually pointing out the fact that Qui-Gon is his master. Like in the movie, Obi-Wan's just as good as Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
And here, it's actually showing that he's not. So it's kind of has more character development than the movie.
That is a fascinating point. By adding slapstick and making it sort of an affectionate parody, they made it a better movie overall.
I know. Well, it's doing a better job of showing you visually that Obi-Wan's not as skilled as Qui-Gon Jinn. And they never make any attempt. He's better. Obi-Wan is like way better than Qui-Gon Jinn in the movie. For no reason at all. So they establish Qui-Gon Jinn as being better and get Liam Neeson to play him only to kill him. This is not a fun weapon for this.
Yeah.
This game would really suck if this is the only character you can play as. It's not fun at all.
Just like instead of getting hit by stuff, maybe you should shoot them.
It's not fun to shoot them.
Okay.
So I'm not.
But it's less fun to get hit.
Okay, this...
Oh, there's a freaking target on the wall. You
I have a blaster too. Why?
But you don't have a red blaster.
Oh. Damn it.
It should have that man's face on it.
This man. Whoever he is.
Who is this man? He's more Lego than Star Wars.
Like, he's a Lego original that they made for the game. Mm-hmm. They should have had their own characters in this. Let's make up new characters. They should have had an original Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that thing that we'll immediately have to fix on Tatooine or something. Yeah, this is also the scene where we inexplicably see, like, Darth Maul doing something in the background on some weird bike.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Oh, this guy's...
Oh, yeah, my favorite character.
This guy is almost not Lego. Just almost.
500 Star Wars dollars for the part I need. That's great. Oh, we can go pod racing.
Yeah,
that makes so much more sense than in the movie. In the movie, he had to, like, roll dice and then bet the kid and Anakin's mom, and then they pod raced to get him and not his mom, and the part after winning the dice roll or something. And see, in this they say, that part's too expensive, I'll do pod racing.
Yeah, just get some money with pod racing.
It's like so much faster and better. Like, why didn't they just do that in the movie? Well, we got enough ideas for 20 minutes of Star Wars prequel. Can we stretch it out into 3 movies?
Watch out for the pits.
I can barely see them coming up.
I think the thing that would have gotten this bad ratings is if there was one segment that was somehow harder than F-Zero DX.
It could happen if the developers are lazy enough.
That's the difference between like just a comfy casual game and a really, really bad piece of shovelware.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's because
it's mainly just difficulty.
It either had no quality assurance or had or was not play tested at all.
Yeah.
Like older games suffer from that more actually. But it's creeping up again, releasing unfinished games. It's coming back, you guys. Hope you're ready. In 2020, no game's going to be done. You're going to buy 5% of a game for full price. And then if enough people play it, we'll patch it. But if you guys don't play it, well, too bad. It gets paid $60 for a broken game. So I just realized why I was having a hard time controlling this.
Why? What?
It controls itself to a degree.
Oh.
Look.
Oh, yeah.
Look, it's going. It started to go around that turn without me pressing the analog stick.
That's weird.
It controls itself a little bit. So there's a set path it wants to go, and that's what I'm fighting against.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I couldn't get it to go away from the hole, because it was
weird.
Oh God. Yeah,
I
like
hate mini games. The mines don't seem to do anything, so don't worry about it.
they're just a non-factor.
You're not hitting any of the boost panel.
I can't.
You don't have enough time. Let me see.
It's controlling itself.
Yeah.
I can't really do what I want.
It tries to bring it back in the middle of the.
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
It's trying to put you in the middle.
But it's not hard to do this. I don't know why you weren't trying at all.
Oh man, you're good at Lego Star Wars.
Like, what the...
Good job, bro.
You were just giving up. You were giving into the auto movement.
Giving into the boredom and just kind of playing. Yeah. Damn it, I'll take your 500 cents, or whatever that is. Queen Amygdala has found the galaxy cent, whatever. Who cares?
And the Grinch stole Christmas.
That's Shrek. We're fighting in that place that I always thought just looked like Windows XP. The Windows XP background.
Windows XP planet.
Like, they came out around the same time. Like, this was 1999 when the Phantom Menace came out. And then Windows XP almost had the same area on the default background.
Oh my god! It's like twice as many as you fought before.
This is like the last 20% of the movie. We're almost done.
What was this movie?
What? It really brings to light how little happened.
Yeah. That's probably why they had to put all the entire trilogy in here, I assume.
I guess this is Anakin.
Use the Force, sort of Anakin. And then this... Oh. There's a shoot. Can only he go in there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a special ability. Then everybody else does their thing that you can't do while they're playing. Oh yeah, you gotta use all the characters to press those switches. Why do you have 2 characters with pistols? No clear shadow directly under your character.
That's bad.
Which is...
R2-D2 just fell off into nowhere.
Some games like Sonic 2006 don't put a shadow directly under the character.
Yeah.
And that's like...
Then it becomes impossible.
That's what makes 3D platformers work.
I know.
That one little round black thing under the character. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, Super Mario 64 figured out how to do it on the first try.
Yeah.
And that was it. Wow, this is boring as hell.
Yeah. You haven't fought any different enemies so far.
There's been like 2 enemies in this entire game.
Yeah, I know.
That sucks. If the Phantom Menace is Sidious, he doesn't get revealed to be the bad guy until the 3rd movie. So how in the hell could the first movie be called The Phantom Menace? Shouldn't the 3rd one be The Phantom Menace? Because he is the Phantom Menace that is discovered.
Who was Darth Maul?
He's just a character that they stuck in to have a battle at the end. He had no point at all.
So maybe he was the Phantom Man.
But he wasn't really a phantom, he was just there.
Yeah, but he's the Phantom Menace.
He didn't do anything bad. They killed him because he was a Sith.
Well, okay,
he never did anything the whole
He's
movie.
a menace because he's a Sith. Maybe he's also a phantom because he's a Sith.
The PS1 came out in North America in 1995, but apparently it came out in Japan in 1994. Originally, Sony was working on a peripheral attachment or some type of hardware configuration for Nintendo, but they branched off and made this admittedly ugly console.
Yeah, with its giant buttons.
Yeah, it was a disc-based system when Nintendo was still using cartridges. It benefited from having an increased audio quality, increased space because you had the CD-ROM, but it added load times. And I can remember back to a time when the PlayStation 1 was made fun of for load times. But it had a lot of really iconic games.
Had the textures that kind of warp into a zigzag formation when you get close to them.
Definitely did better with uglier games that ran faster.
Yeah.
If you want to think about it like this.
Because everything on the PS1 was ugly.
Think about it like this. The PS1 games were ugly but ran better.
Mm-hmm.
And N64 games looked better but ran like garbage.
Yeah. It's a bit of a trade-off there.
Take your pick. Later on, a few years after that, they released a revised version of that console, now just referred to as the PlayStation 1.
Just to confuse everybody.
Yeah. We have an Xbox One now, but this was the PS1, so I guess it did it first.
Yeah.
A lot smaller.
Now, I like that little thing.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time using this one because when I'm playing a game, if I jerk the controller at all, it almost rips it off the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
It's so light.
It's lighter than the controller.
When the PS1 first came out, it did not have analog sticks. Mm-hmm. This is actually really interesting.
Now, I actually think this controller is a bit more comfortable than the one with analog.
I do like this controller. Mm-hmm. I even bought an adapter to use it on my PC. It's just a really ergonomic and fun to use controller. Ta-da! Then they released one with analog sticks. So right off the bat, you had a broken up timeline in your console's history. The PlayStation sold really, really well and ushered in an era of Sony prosperity with the PS2. I think the PS2 really being the greatest console ever.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think the greatest console is the Super Nintendo, but really it's the PS2. I'm sorry. I don't care when you were born or what you liked when you were little. It has to be the PS2.
Let's say
it has the greatest library of any single console.
Mm-hmm. The best console is the GameCube. My favorite console is the SNES, and the greatest console is the PS2.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
We got a lot of PS2s here. Look.
PS1s.
PS1s, yeah. Anyway, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one that can't even fit in the ceiling. Yeah, 8
and
PS1s.
This thin one.
And this little one.
Yeah.
That shows how well it sold.
PS2 controller. Pretty much the same thing,
Still
but
has
black.
the analog button.
Yeah. This is that point in time where all of a sudden everything had to look cool.
Yeah.
Which is dumb. Got Einander, Oddworld 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That's Abe's Exodus, but I have Oddworld 1 in there too. Wild Arms 2. You got Star Ocean, Second Story, Heart of Darkness. It's a platformer. Legend of Dragoon, Metal Gear Solid 1, Xenogears, Parasite Eve, Final Fantasy 9. Demo discs, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Game Shark.
Game Shark.
How great is that? King's Field.
King's Field 2.
Classic. Final Fantasy 8. Final Fantasy 7.
What's that?
It's one of these PS1 games. It wasn't very popular.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if you never heard of it.
Snow King's Field.
Chrono Cross.
Yep.
Resident Evil 2. Rayman. Grand Theft Auto 1.
And then there's this shovelware. Whatever this is.
I don't know. Some of it's probably good. I don't know.
Who gives a crap?
Yeah, so
Who gives a crap about PS1 games?
it's a pretty cool console.
Yeah.
Check it out. Probably get it for nothing.
Nothing.
If anyone charges you anything over free for a PS1, they're stealing from you.